This is your project savior, once again gracing you with an update, trying to keep it 100, 100, whatever the kids say these days. And, trying to be as serious as he can be, but you hopefully put it in an entertaining way. Because I'm going to be blunt with you. If you find blunt comedic, here it is. Our tokens poop. It's in a very terrible situation. In fact, when I was heard, some people bought the token. I was shocked. You shouldn't buy this token. It's the most riskiest thing you could do because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Okay? And hopefully, me being honest with you, as I promised, you'll get a laugh, you'll feel better about things, and you'll know where we stand as a project. I've been ready to look at that fat dump the first time it was launched. And why? Well, it's simple because there's nothing really backing this coin. We're pretty much like a meme token already. So if you want to pump the bags and do all that meme stuff, like it's a good pig, Nike, or whatever the heck else you're into, then Battle Borgz is acting more like a meme token, a meme coin, than ever anything else. Of course, it had promise as a utility token. All these tokenomics were worked out, but the thing is these tokenomics were on the assumption of multiple things that just aren't necessarily happening right away. You know, I love Nick, good old Nick Borgz, but there's just some things that are just absolutely going to have to change as I'm going through this. The whole phase 4, obviously, bets are off. It's 2024. I'm saving this project, delivering a game, and also building a treasury. And see, this treasury that I built here in Angel Finance, having put some of Nick's money that he gave me, Nick's ADA that he gave me to do whatever the heck I wanted to, I bought a little bit of tokens. And then my wife, yes, this mustache Borgz is married, is like basically lending a lot of her angels so that we have some treasury building. However, when I talked to some people about what to do with the token and what to do where I wanted to make an NFT project and associate to rewards to pay everyone out, they said, don't do it. People will just take another dump on you. And we don't want dumponomics, right? We want tokenomics. So right now I'm going to take that better business advice and I'm going to buy more angels to add to the token from the angel rewards thanks to my Mrs. Borgz mustache wife. I mean, I love her mustache. It's like mustache to mustache action. And it's like part of her religion, if you would believe it or not. Some religions, women can't just shave off their hair. I'm joking about that. But I'm not joking about the fact that she lent some of her angels for this. The whole point is that those angel rewards earn more rewards every month, and thus I can buy more tokens to have a treasury for when we actually need something. And part of the project will then be not just a Web3 gaming thing, but also have different avenues and treasuries, unlike, most AAA games. Hopefully that wasn't too boring for you. If you do want a preview of the future of where I'm
Face relentless foes.
the darn thing was on. If you want to see a preview of where I'm potentially taking this token, then you want to look at this game, Rot. I know it doesn't sound. Why would I want to buy something that's rotting? I didn't come up with the ROT. It's the Return of the Titans, by the way. Which, if you don't like Titans, well, Anyway, I digress. The point is that this token is basically figured a way to provide value to the token holders by offering it as a way that if the game does good, then the holders of the token will get a direct payout, a direct rev share for buying their token, helping support them, and helping them build their game. Now, you're probably wondering, like, what this has to do with any of us. Well, of course, again, I don't necessarily know. This is all out of my ass thinking. This isn't 100%. And I'm telling you right now is not to buy this token. And I'm telling you right now is what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking, not what I'm doing. So there's your caveats and disclaimers. But if you look at the holder count, guess what? Right now, for tax purposes, Mrs. Mustache holds a lot of the token. And we have these two accounts, if I'm not mistaken. Even the Borgz raffle is part of this. So right now, that's right. Between me and the missus, there is enough ownership here of the project's token to, well, basically launch a new token or to sell this token. And what I'm thinking, not what I'm doing, hear me out again, this is what I'm thinking out my booty, is basically do what Rot is doing with their token. But this would be a resell for liquidity if the time comes. Now, of course, in order to do that, I'm going to have to provide a really good game. And talking to all these other NFT people or these Web3 developers, providing a good game is what it's about. However, I might have found a shortcut. Let's listen to Decimalist at Flexpoint Studios about potentially putting in the Borgz into their game so we have a playable Borgz, get a little PR and marketing, and we can see, glorious mustache action in multiplayer sooner than later on Cardano.
It's funny you mentioned this because, like, well, that's what we're about. Like, for example, we have Ugly Bros IP also.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Yeah, we're gonna have Ugly Bros characters eventually in the game as well. So, like, if you have like the skeleton and it's already rigged and everything, and it's ready for Unreal, yeah, we'll throw it in there. We don't even have to put that one necessarily to a proposal. If we were gonna do any type of like monetization of the character, right, then we would probably want to put that through the DAO proposal, right, to decide like what that kind of looks like. But yeah, just to implement it at the game, that would be no sweat. We can set up a meeting.
All right, there you go. You heard it exclusively. That's right. You don't have to go to Rare Evo to get some rare information. Flexpoint Studio, thanks to the Decimalist. The Decimalist, I hope I said that right. At Fluxpoint Studio, we'll basically put our our game character, one version of the game character into their game. Of course, this is just a marketing thing. This, as you can hear, isn't going to be monetization or anything else. It's just going to have our game character, one of them, a Battleborg, in their game. Of course, I have to fix it a little bit, and I just want to show you a little bit of the shopping that I do here. This program that's really expensive is only about $35. That's how I develop so well on a budget. Something that's like thousands of dollars that I need called retypology. Oh well, never mind. Sorry, it's like commercial use. It's like $85. Okay, sorry. Anyway, the whole bundle's like worth like $1,000 or whatnot. Is like only $35, right? And that's what I do. I need this thing so that I can actually make better meshes related to the Battleborg's character that I want to do. I don't want to tell you about all this stuff, but there's just a little behind the scenes of the things I think about and what I'm into and where this game is getting made and how it's getting made and the personal finances coming out of the wallet for this hobby business, because God knows this ain't no day job yet. Now, if you're really curious about Tribs 3, it's already on the Epic Gamestore. And I am going to have a talk with Decimalist, and we're going to find some interesting stuff. It is free to play. You can try it, and it actually connects to a wallet. I don't know anything else about its relationship to Cardano or anything about their tokenomics, but Trib 3 is a rated shooter. It's a multiplayer shooter. Now, ironically, if you remember my video before, I know exactly what they're using. If this doesn't look familiar to you, well, guess what? This is oh my gosh, I've got names. The memory trips ain't doing good. Anyway, this is the Laura game engine, obviously. I kind of had a chuckle when I realized what they had used. Now, since their game is using the Laura game engine, and the last footage you saw of that I used was the Laura framework on the Epic from Epic Games. Again, it's a framework that uses Unreal and just got a lot of stuff that's already pre-made. I think this is a win. However, don't get me wrong. I think what they're doing and the way this game works. Ooh, they've got like sword combat. That's nice. My game is going to be a little different. It has a lot of ideas, and I'm going to be developing a different way. So I'm not worried about this, the game's looking similar. I think the gameplay that I'm now building and working towards is going to be a little bit more grounded, a little bit more gritty, and there's going to probably be a story that I'm working on. Again, don't hold me to any of this stuff. I'm not putting this on a roadmap. It's just that note that I've been partnering, I've been finding about tokenomics, and I have a clear vision of how this game is going to be made and what it's going to do. Now, again, do not buy, do not buy, do not buy. I have no clue how any of these things are going to play out. And as I said, I'm going to be more careful with tokenomics and distribution because I am trying to save this project. And to the advice of other project leaders, I'm going to make this potentially into a business that has a game development side and a studio side and a treasury of different types of cryptos and things that I can acquire that hopefully will pay for development or help pay for development instead of having to, release a game every 2 or 3 years, so forth and so on. If any of that stuff excites you and you want to get the tokens, fine, but I can't guarantee its value or worth. But now you know where I'm kind of heading and where I'm thinking the token could be as a potential reward token, very similar to Rot. But is that a new token? Is that the old token? I've got no promises or guarantees because I don't know what the future holds. But whatever makes sense the most is what I'm going with. And for anyone who follows me on the socials, for anyone who actually, when the time comes, they say I need a little Cardano or some other cryptos that I'm working towards, and talking to other crypto like influencers on other chains, the time comes and it looks like it's a good idea, then yeah, I can't wait for you to help me out, make something that hopefully we all can potentially benefit from. Because I'm an indie game developer, there's no big budget, and so you don't have to worry about the same AAA BS. Just believe in your savior. Bye.